So let's take a look, whatever we are completed till the time. That first of all, we said the blood groups as multiple alleles. We said the blood groups as multiple alleles. Why we call the blood groups as multiple alleles? Because that many alternating forms. So how many alternating forms of a character are present here? There are about three. That blood group character is having three allelic forms. That's why we called it as multiple alleles. A, B, O. Three alleles are present. More than two alleles are present. We can say multiple alleles. Okay. So for three alleles, number of genotypes we obtain for the three alleles here is about six, and number of phenotypes are going to be the four types of phenotypes A, B, AB, O we got, and number of genotypes six we got, and inheritance pattern when we discuss about the inheritance pattern, A is dominant over O, B is dominant over B, B is dominant over O, and A and B are said to be the codominant factor. In this case, A is dominant over O, B is dominant over O, that proves the law of dominance. So we can say here up to some extent the blood group inheritance following the law of dominance. But in this particular, this is non-Mendelism. We can call it as codominant. We discussed all these particular issues in the previous class. Now just making the revision here. So the codominant factor. Then after we discussed about the blood group transfusions as A as a donor and B as a donor, AB as a donor. So that issues we discussed actually. Let me take a look on this. A blood group. As a donor, it can give to the A blood group and also to the AB blood group. Okay, so as a donor, I am writing here, as a donor, these are recipients. These are recipients. Okay, then we proved in the previous class, B as a donor, it can give to the B, same blood group, and also to the AB. AB as a donor, it can give only to their respective blood group. AB should not be given to anyone. O as a donor, being lack of antigens, that sugar polymers A and B, it can give to all, A, B, AB, O. Okay. So in that way, we called it as O can be called as universal donor. O can be termed as universal donor. AB is taken from A, AB is taken from B, AB is taken from AB, AB is taken from O. So that's why what we can say that AB as a universal recipient. AB as a universal recipient. So that,
Recipient.
yeah, universal recipient. So the same pattern with a table, we are going to make this particular pattern with a table with the risk factors. So just we discuss, but that with the risk factors, we have to make, we need to frame a particular table here. So I am framing the table for all A, B, A, B, O. So one side will take the recipient. We'll write here recipient. Let me change the color. So here we'll write recipient blood group. Then I'm writing here A, B, A, B, O. So as a donor, as a donor. Okay, so then the same thing, whatever we learned here, just showing in the form of the table, donor and recipient format table. A, B, A, B, O. When A is given to A, we
Oh,
proved earlier, when A is given to A, no risk factor. If there is no risk factor, we can show like this, minus, minus. Okay, so do remember, when there is no risk factor, A can be given to A, B can be given to B. So there is no risk factor. AB can be given to AB. There is no risk factor. O can be given to O. There is no risk factor. So risk
no
factor,
risk factor.
yeah, risk factor can be, we already discussed the technical terms about the risk factor. Just I am filling the table. So this is the way to fill the table. Okay, so then O as a universal donor, isn't it? O is a universal donor. A little risk can be seen over, so that little risk can be shown in the form of 1 plus. So little risk. plus minus, little risk, plus minus, little risk. So O as a universal donor, it can give to all, but while giving to the A, B, O, little agglutination, little clotting we can see here. So that is shown in the form of 1 plus. Okay. That in which cases it is dangerous when A is given to the B, full risk, heavy agglutination. Okay, when B is given to the A, that heavy risk. Okay, then when AB is given to the A, when AB is given to the B, AB is the universal recipient, not the donor. So that heavy agglutination, we can say. So that means from the previous class, I am filling the table. When A is given to the AB as the universal recipient, we said, little risk it can accept. That O cannot take from anyone. If a O is taken from anyone, so what happens? O is taken from anyone. What happens here? That heavy risk can be seen over. So that's why what do you say? O cannot be universal recipient. O can be universal donor. Okay. So that means like this, if you see, the O cannot be universal recipient. Okay, so that you have to remember. O cannot be universal recipient. You have to fill your own. This particular table need to be filled by your own with the previous class knowledge. Okay. Next, this is about the things we learned already. Now, today we'll go with some other issues like we said the blood group RBC having two types of sugar polymers A and B. We call them as isoagglutinogens. We say them as isoagglutinogens under RNA. We call them as isoagglutinogens. How many types of isoagglutinogens are present? A and B. A and B. Two types of isoagglutinogens are present. It's the same topic in the form of isoagglutinogen. At the time when we are doing the blood group inheritance, we wrote like this: AA, AO, BB, BO, AB, and OO. Genotypes we wrote in the form, in this particular format, isn't it? But here, here, we need to add, excuse me, we need to add I. The genotype of A blood group is IA because it contains on the surface of RBC a sugar polymer called A antigen or A isoagglutinogen. Likewise, IO, just adding I, that's all from the previous knowledge. So this is A blood group. Next, B, IB. Yes, ఇది చెప్పండి. IB.
IO.
Next, AB. IA, IB. O blood group can be shown in the form of like this. IO or small I because they're showing a recipient condition. So that based on the isoagglutinogen A and B, we classify the blood groups as A blood group, which when be written in the form of homozygous A, heterozygous A. Now just adding I, isoagglutinogen. Okay. Next, B blood group. IB or IO. Next, IB. Next, O blood group. So this is the pattern. Okay. So the genotype should be written in that particular format. Okay. Now I am giving the conclusion for each blood group. I am giving the conclusion here. A blood group. All the issues related to the A blood group. In the blood. So I am drawing a blood smear in the blood. On the surface of RBC. On the surface of RBC. A sugar polymer present. In the plasma, we say this as A. In the plasma, that B antibodies are present because it is considering B as antigen. It already have A, that's why it considers B as a antigen. So that's why it is going to produce B antibodies. That B antibodies are present in the plasma. This is plasma, this is RBC. And what are the other issues here? It dominant over O, it is codominant with B. That all the issues. From where it can take the blood? A can receive blood from. A can receive blood from A and O. A can donate blood to. చెప్పండి. A can donate blood to A and A.
A, B.
Yeah, these are all the issues related to the A blood group. In the same way, we'll write B. Let me write B. So what is B blood group? On the surface of RBC, what are present? B sugar polymer, B isoagglutinogen present. B isoagglutinogen present. What antibodies present in the plasma? So it no B antigen, B blood, B sugar polymer. That's why that it don't know A. That's why it is able to produce the antibodies against A antigen. That's why if present, what kind of antibodies can be expected over in the plasma? The antibodies which can be expected over in the plasma are B. Okay. Next, the other issues related to this particular, that B can donate blood to, B blood group person and also,
AB blood group.
AB. Okay, B can receive blood from,
O.
B and O. O is the universal donor. That's why it can receive blood from O. Next, the B is dominant over O and B is codominant with the A. That means inheritance pattern, B is dominant over O, B is codominant with A. Next, about the AB blood group. AB blood group. So on the surface of RBC, what sugar polymers can be expected over? A sugar polymer
A and B.
and also B. B sugar polymer is also present. A is present and B is also present. Okay. Next. So what kind of antibodies it is able to produce? No antibodies. Why?
No antibodies.
Why there is no antibodies? Whatever the antigens are present that they know. That's why we can say there is no antibodies in the plasma. Next, AB can receive blood from. It can receive blood from A, B, AB, and also O. It can receive
O.
blood from A, B, AB can donate blood to
AB.
only to the AB because it cannot be a universal donor having two antigens. Having two antigens, it can become a universal recipient. Anyone can give blood to this. Okay. So that's it about the AB blood group. And finally, let's take a look on the O blood group. O blood group. So on the surface of RBC, there is no A sugar polymer, B sugar polymer. No A antigen, no B antigen. So that's why A and B both are antigens to this particular. That's why it is able to produce the antibodies against A, antibodies against B. That's what we can say. So that's the story of O blood group. And O can donate blood to
A,
this
B,
A or
B,
O
O.
receive blood from.
Only
O.
O.
Only O.
Only O.
So that's okay. That's so only O. That's it about next. The very important factor, the blood group testing. We'll go with blood group testing. So listen carefully. The blood group testing, the concept. If you are able to understand, we can practice easily. So blood group testing. How we do the test? Okay. So what are available in the laboratory? So with that, we'll start here. What are available in the laboratory? We have anti-A serum. Anti-A serum. And we have anti-B serum. And the third factor, anti-D serum. So now we need to introduce another factor, RH factor. So before we continue this, we need to introduce RH factor. What is RH factor? On the surface of RBC, on the surface of RBC, a particular factor which is present on the surface of RBC, a particular factor is present was identified first time in the rhesus monkey. That's why on the name of rhesus monkey that we call it as RH factor. Okay. The same factor, this particular any blood group. That means if A antigen, B antigen, both are present, what is the blood group? We can say till the time we learn what is the blood group. If A
AB
sugar
blood.
polymer, B sugar polymer, if both are present, what is the blood group? By looking through the
AB blood group.
AB blood group. Now RH factor is also present. So what we have to say? AB positive. We have to say like this. AB positive. Imagine that if means I'm talking about blood groups, I'm correlating with it. If, for example, if A antigen is present, if A antigen, B antigen, both are present, but no RH factor. So what it can be termed as
AB negative.
B negative. Okay. So that no change with the blood groups earlier we learned. Just we need to look forward that particular factor which is present. RH positive. So this we say RH positive. And those who don't have RH factor, we call them as RH negative. The new antigen I am introducing here. RH positive and RH negative.
Negative.
Okay, RH positive, RH negative. Okay, so the remaining is same. So let me show you some here. So this is a RBC with A antigen on the surface and also having RH factor. So what it can be termed as? What is the blood group of this?
Positive.
A positive. Very good. Next, let me write another one. On the surface of RBC, that A and B antigens are present, no RH factor. So what it can be termed as?
AB negative.
AB negative. Okay. Next, a B antigen is present on the surface of RBC and also RH factor is present. So what do you say it as?
B
B
positive.
positive.
B positive. Very good. Very good. Now we can continue. Now here, let's come with the laboratory equipment here. Anti-A serum, anti-B serum, anti-D serum. D serum means RH. So anti-A serum contain A antibodies. Anti-A serum contain A antibodies which can bind against A antigen. Anti-B serum contain B antibodies which can bind against B antigen. Anti-D serum contain RH antibodies which can bind against RH antibodies. So just listen carefully here. The first test is going to be difficult. After that, the remaining you can make it very simple and comfortable. Okay. A antibody bind with A antibody bind with A antigen. That is a very important thing you have to remember. Okay, antibodies we show in the small letter, antigen we show in capital letter. Next, B antibody can bind with B antigen. Next, RH antibody can bind with RH antigen. So these things, these three things you have to remember. RH antibody can bind with RH antigen. A antibody can bind with A antigen. B antibody can bind with B antigen. When these antibodies bind with antigen, how it is visible in the form of agglutination. Remember this, agglutination. In general terms, we can say clotting. Okay, so in general term, you can't see actually that their binding pattern, A, B, capital letters, small letters, you can't see on the slide when we are doing the test, isn't it? What we can see? What we can see, that is agglutination. When clotting occurs, we can understand. Okay, so just keep these basics. Now I am going to start the first test, laboratory blood group test. Okay, so a patient's blood sample is taken first. Patient's blood sample on the slide. I'm writing here on the above, that not to get confused. Patient blood sample is taken. Okay, so patient blood sample is taken. One patient. Okay, 3 blood drops are taken here. 3 blood drops of one patient. 3 blood drops are taken. Okay, for first blood drop, this is the protocol. We have to do the same for every patient's blood sample. First blood drop, we add anti-A serum. For second blood drop, we add anti-B serum. For third blood drop, we add anti-D serum. So that means there are 3 bottles in the laboratory: anti-A serum, anti-B serum, anti-D serum. Okay, we know that anti-A serum contain, shall we write in bracket? Anti-A serum contain A antibodies. Okay, so need to reduce the size, otherwise we'll confuse. So I am reducing size here. A serum contain A antibodies, which can bind with, that also you should know, which can bind with A antibodies can bind with.
A antigens.
Very good. A antigen. Then B and B serum contain B antibodies, which can bind with.
B
B
antigens.
antigens.
Yeah. Okay. So next, RH anti serum contain what?
RH antibodies.
B serum contain RH antibodies, which can bind with RH anti. Okay. Now I'm adding with the 3 blood samples. So here in the blood group, what is present? I don't know. In the blood group, what is present? I don't know. Not తెలియదండి. కానీ when I'm doing the experiment, what I found here, for the first blood drop, I found agglutination. Agglutination. Okay, this is the first test, is very much crucial. I'm writing here even agglutination. Okay, so second blood drop, agglutination. For the third blood drop, agglutination. Means for the 3 blood drops, I got agglutination. Clot occurs. A patient blood sample is taken. 3 blood drops on the slide. Then what is present in the patient RBC? I don't know. Patient or human being, any human being. Okay, so I'm writing the result here. I'm writing the result. Okay, I'm writing result here. Agglutination. You have to write agglutination. ఇప్పుడు ఒకవేళ మీరు ఆన్సర్ చెప్పగలిగితే బ్లాంక్స్ ఫిల్అప్ చేయగలిగితే చేయండి. ఫస్ట్ టెస్ట్ కదా నేను చేస్తున్నాను. సో ఐ ఫౌండ్ అగ్లూటినేషన్. సో ఒక్కసారి వెనక్కి వెళ్ళి చూద్దామా? ఏమన్నా మనం ఏ యాంటీబాడీ కెన్ బైండ్ విత్ ఏ యాంటీజన్. వెన్ ఇట్ బైండ్స్ ఇట్ సీమ్స్ టు బి లైక్ అగ్లూటినేషన్. క్లాట్ అయినట్టుగా కనిపిస్తుందండి. బి యాంటీబాడీ కెన్ బైండ్ విత్ బి యాంటీజన్. వెన్ ఇట్ బైండ్స్ agglutination occurs. RH antibody bind with RH antigen. When they bind, that can be seen in the form of agglutination. Okay. Now, if blank fill up cheyagalra, which antigen is present here?
Antigen.
So this is agglutination. Clumping occurs with the 3. Okay. So if what present, em unte agglutination avutundi. A serum kalipani. If what present? A antigen present. That's why agglutination.
Antigen.
Okay, next second one. Yes, B antigen. Okay, third one.
B antigen.
RH antigen.
So RH is there, A is there, B is there. What is the blood group of this person?
AB positive.
AB positive.
AB positive. We declared. That's all. We declared. So immediately within 2 minutes in the laboratory, we understand within 2 minutes. Within 2 minutes, we'll understand. Okay. Now let me write the contrast. That means I'll write the one more blood sample. That one more blood sample I'm taking here. You have to try that. Let me take the blood sample of another person. Then result cheptanu. Patient blood sample. Okay. Blood sample we are taking. Blood sample 2. We don't write patient here now because all the time those are going for blood group testing. How can we say they are patients? So that's why I took 3 blood drops of 1%. 3 blood drops of 1%. So the as usual, same. What we have to do for first blood drop, what we need to add?
A
Anti-A serum.
Anti-A serum. First blood drop that to be added one is anti. This is the protocol. Anti-A serum can be added. Next, second blood drop.
Anti-B serum.
Anti-B serum can be added. Next, third
Anti-D serum.
Anti-D serum.
B serum added. So, do we know that what their RBC contain? No, we don't know. So that's why I'm writing here the result. No, I'm just observed in the laboratory. That my observation I'm showing to you. No agglutination. No agglutination. And next, the third blood drop also, no agglutination. For the third blood drop also, no agglutination.
AB negative వస్తుంది.
Yes, which negative? What you didn't detected actually, that you have to say. నువ్వేం detect చేయలేదు. No A antigen, no B antigen, no RH antigen. What is the blood group then?
O.
Yes, very good. O. No RH antigen. So what we have to declare him as O negative. We need to declare this as O negative. That means if there is no agglutination with any blood that drop of the blood sample, we can say that is O negative. We can say that is O negative. Little practice required. This time I'm not writing anything. Directly I'm showing the slide. Now agglutination with the first blood drop. With the second blood drop, no agglutination with the third blood drop. So what is
AB
the
negative.
very
Negative.
B negative? That's it. That's it. You got it. Okay, so that's it. Very good. You got it. Next, only agglutination with the last blood drop.
O positive.
O positive. Very good. That's it. That is blood group testing. But you have to do the practice with this kind of practice. You just take the screenshot of this. That you need to do the practice. That means at least some 4 or 5 combinations you have to do like this. So you should write in the slide as agglutination, and you should write here, and you need to fill the gap likewise. And I already sent some question paper to you. Nearly 30-40 questions are there on this particular basis. You just answer them. That you answer that particular questions. That the thing we learned that will be stabilized over. Okay, so take the screenshot and do the remaining A positive, A negative, B positive, B negative, AB positive, and AB negative. Likewise. Okay, so blood group inheritance. We are doing already the practice. That also I'll give the conclusion here now today. Blood group inheritance, and you should go for the blood group testing also. Okay, so actually blood group inheritance is not explainable. That's why we did practice. We are doing practice. Just I am giving conclusion here that the 18 combinations I gave, that you have to practice. So finally what we have to do? Finally, whether we got the capacity of this or not, that you have to see. For example, A blood group person, that offspring is A blood group. Can you find out can you find out the parents of this blood group? Means you should start writing AA, AO, AO, BO. Likewise, AO, BB, AO, BB. Do you get this in this case? AO, OO, AO, AO, BO, AB. Okay, among these, one is wrong. So let me see your practice. Among these, one is wrong. I think one is wrong. Or all are correct. Can you recognize which one is wrong? Which won't give A offspring? Means here you have to check yourself whether you are answering in this past mode or not. That means otherwise you have to do the practice. You need to make the boxes. You need to practice.
BO,
Yes.
BO
Numbers are-
into AB is
Just say the number. Just say the number. Numbers I am giving. So many are there.
7.
seventh one does not produce of
Third one. Are you sure?
seventh.
Seventh one. BOAB. This is BO and
BAB.
BOAB. So you are saying it won't produce. Okay. Let me check. Let me check. Means how you did practice. Let me check. BOAB. So B and O, A and B. So I am taking the gametes. So I said over, when you do continuous practice without making this box also, you will recognize. So let me see whether you are correct or not. You are wrong. You got A blood group. You got A blood group. Here, 25% A blood group possibility is there. So you are wrong then. Then let's get back. BO, AB, you are wrong. Okay. So let me check. Let me check. Then one more I am doing. AOBB. Father A, mother B, whatever. Mother A, father B. So in this case, I am taking gametes. Let me take the box.
It does not produce A offspring.
That's all you have to recognize before itself. Okay, AO on one side, B on other side, AB, AB, BO, BO. See this, there is no A plate group for this kind of combination. Means if you are not able to recognize them, you just do the practice again. So nothing the lecturer can do here. So among this one, I said one is wrong. This is wrong. AO, BB, that is wrong. Okay, so that kind of practice required. Blood group inheritance, I can't do anything. Whatever the combinations are given to you, you have to do the practice with that particular combination. You have to do the combination, then all that particular combination, with that combinations only you can understand. Okay, so then in the speed, in the same speed, you have to answer. So in this case, how much percentage of A offspring will come? This offspring will come 100% in this case. Next, second case, 100%. I'm not asking you that you just practice like this. Whether you are correct or not, you check it back again. In this case, 25%. In this case, we don't get. In this case, 50% A blood group. Then 75% A blood group. Here, 25% A blood group. So in the same speed, if you are able to answer, okay. Otherwise, you have to practice the same again. Same again. 90% questions in the NEET, in the MSET are going to be these kind of questions. As I given to earlier, AO, AO, BO. Okay, so AO, AB, AO, OO, whatever the combinations we are taken, BB, 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 BO, like this. All these combinations, you have to practice. You have to practice all these combinations. BO, AB, AB, OO, and OOO. So that means all these particular combinations which I gave, you need to practice them again and again. By looking towards this, you should answer. In this case, what I am getting. So that kind of practice required. You may do the table first time when you are doing. like this. But after that, by looking towards them, you just need to say immediately that I get A, I get AB, I get A, 50% A, and 50, I get in this particular case, I am going to get A, AO, 50% A will come, 50% B, 25% B will come. Okay, so 25% AB will come. So in that way, the rapid practice, that means till you get that stage, you need to practice that this area. So that's why blood group inheritance, we can't do anything. Next, universal donor and universal recipient. We declared already. Okay, who is the universal donor? We said
O.
O blood group. Who is the universal recipient? We declared universal recipient AB. Okay. Now you got two options again. O positive, O negative. AB positive, AB negative. You got the two options again. Means RH factor is added them, isn't it? O positive, O negative. AB positive, AB negative. If when competition run in between them, who will be? So universal donor. Why O became universal donor? It don't have A, it don't have B. A antigen is absent, B antigen is absent. That's why it became. So you make it like that RH is also absent, that become best here. It can be given to anyone. That's why I am selecting O negative is the best universal donor. Why? It don't have A antigen, it don't have RH antigen, and it here O positive means what is O positive? You may get confused. O positive means RH antigen is present. Here in this case, O negative, there is no A antigen, there is no B antigen, there is no RH antigen. Nothing is present here on this RBC, very plain RBC. Very plain RBC can be given to anyone. Universal donor, we can say. Next, universal recipient. So universal recipient. That means it contains A antigen, it contains B antigen, it contains RH antigen also. Yeah, AB negative means it contains A antigen, it contains B antigen, but it don't have RH antigen. So this can be the universal recipient, best universal recipient, because it have all. That's why no one it feel as antigen. It has already having, so how it feel antigen? So that's why AB positive is a universal recipient and O negative is the best universal donor. That we have to remember. AB positive and O negative are the best universal donor and universal recipient. We declared finally, we declared O negative and AB positive. This is universal recipient and this is universal donor. We are declaring the best universal donor. This is the universal recipient which can take blood from all type of people. So that's it. This is the final conclusion of the blood group inheritance.